Hi guys, Michael here, and this is my first recording since surgery. I just got back from seeing my surgeon for a follow-up, my second post-op follow-up, and today he removed the remaining bandage on the incision, and he took a look at it. He says that everything looks like it's healing perfectly. I haven't taken a look at it. I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if my stomach's ready for that. Um, but basically, there's no bandage there anymore. I just have the cotton swab above my ear to keep the glasses, the frame of the glasses, from rubbing up against the incision. He wants me to apply some bacitracin once a day on top of the incision for a few days until the incision is completely healed up. Now that the last bandage has been removed, he says that it should heal up a little faster now because it's exposed to the air, as opposed to having the bandage on as I did before for the last like almost week and a half. So anyway, let's talk a little bit about surgery. Surgery was October 9th. I was scheduled to be the first one in at 7:30, and I got to sleep a few hours before surgery. We left the house at about 4 o'clock in the morning so that we could get there on time, and we got there at about 6:50. I got to meet with the admissions people at the hospital. Again, for those of you that don't remember, the procedure was actually done at the New York Eye and Ear Infirmary Hospital on 14th Street and 2nd Avenue. My surgeon is Dr. Darius Kohan, and he did an amazing job. I've seen some pictures of post-op pictures from other people who've gone with other doctors and who've had this procedure done. And, it really does pay to do your research and make sure that you have a very good doctor and a very good surgeon so that, they're taking good care of you. The doctors took excellent care of me at the hospital, even though this was my very first operation. I've never had surgery before in my life. And I hope to never need it again. When I got to the hospital, my nerves were through the roof. I was having a hard time just relaxing and calming down. Just the thought of knowing that I was going to be going into surgery. So it was a little bit of a rough start in the morning. They were trying to calm me down and bring my blood pressure down and bring my pulse down, but nothing they could say to me would help me relax or bring my pulse or blood pressure down. It wasn't until I was actually in the operating room that I actually had to walk myself into the operating room and get myself up on top of the operating table. And as they were prepping me, strapping my legs down, strapping my arms down, putting the blood pressure strap around my arm and the pulse oximeter on my finger, that they realized that I wasn't gonna get any calmer. And so the doctor ended up giving me something to relax. Last thing I remember was they put a mask over my face and they told me to take a deep breath. I took 2 deep breaths and I was done. I was out. Surgery lasted about 2 hours. I was in recovery, I believe around 10:30. I was very, very groggy from the anesthesia. When I came out, I wound up with really severe chills, so they had to give me something in the IV to help me warm up a little. And the anesthesia was basically really just the hard part after surgery, the nausea, the dizziness. I was in recovery until about 1 o'clock, and they'd given me my discharge papers and discharge instructions, and we left the hospital. Came home, and basically I got myself set up. John helped me get set up in the living room. We have a sofa bed, and so rather than worrying about going up and down the stairs and run the risk of accidentally slipping or falling because of dizziness, for the first night, I slept downstairs on the sofa bed. We propped it up with a bunch of pillows so that I can sleep reclined. And it was hard to sleep anyway because between the nausea and the dizziness from the anesthesia trying to wear off and the pain, I really didn't get much sleep. An hour here, 45 minutes there. Um, the second night, Saturday, was, I think, the roughest night for me. I was having a really hard time managing the pain. I did not want to take the Tylenol codeine. I've never taken it before, and I just wanted to stay away from having to take any real type of narcotic or anything like that. So I just continued to take the regular strength Tylenol, 325 milligrams per tablet, and I was taking two of those every 4 hours or so. Saturday, like I said, was the roughest. The ringing in the ears or roaring in the ears was really, really bad. And the pain was just very unbearable. It was hard to get comfortable in a sleeping position because I didn't want to lay on the right side, even though laying on my right side is my favorite side to sleep. It's been pretty rough having to lay on my back or lay, a little to my left with my head a little to the right. It was just really, really hard to find a way to get comfortable. Sunday, I started getting a little bit better. The pain was still there, kind of a stabbing pain in my ear, like somebody's sticking a knife or a pen in my ear. But every day I got a little better. Today was the first time I actually went out by myself to my post follow-up appointment. It was the first time I was on the subway by myself. And was a little weird. It's still a little weird getting used to not being able to hear from my right ear. Um, I feel a little disoriented sometimes, because I don't have a way to balance sound or space in the room. Um, so, this morning I was a little nervous about going out to the appointment by myself because I was just really worried and concerned that something would happen. I would faint or get dizzy, or just get sick on the train and then be by myself and away from home. My appointment's in New York City, and I'm coming from New Jersey, so I was really, really anxious about it. It was a little rough in the morning at first. The first few transfers on the train, but once I made it out to the doctor's appointment and prepared to head back home, I felt a little better about it. I was a little more comfortable with, how I was feeling on the train and the fact that I'm only hearing from one ear and that the one ear is only picking up 50 to 60% of sound and noise. So it's a lot of like paying attention and looking at people and things and where I'm going so that I can piece it together, what's happening around me. Is there someone behind me trying to get by? Is, someone trying to tell me, excuse me, because they're trying to get off the train. So, all of that work does make me still feel a little uneasy and can be a little overwhelming and make me feel a little disoriented. But I managed pretty well. As far as the healing part of this now, I'm hoping that over the next couple of days and weeks, the incision will completely heal up. The top part of my ear, so from right about here to right about here, so this whole part right up here is completely numb. I still can't feel anything when I touch here on the top part of my ear. Also, if you can notice a little, bring this like this, you can see that my ear sticks out a little from surgery. Not a whole lot, but does stick out a little bit. The surgeon says that over time, as it continues to heal, the ear will go back into place. It's not the cotton that's making my ear stick out. That's what my brother said. The cotton is just there to keep the glasses from rubbing up against the incision. But over time, the ear will go back into place so we can see when I hold the camera up this way. It's just very, very little, not a whole lot. So I'm not entirely concerned about that, but it would be nice to get feeling on the top part of my ear again. And the surgeon's saying that that will happen over time. Also, my tongue, a little on the right side area, still kind of a little, maybe a little numb or raw, feeling like, when you drink a really hot beverage and you burn the tips of your tongue, tip and edges. Again, the surgeon says that over time that will get better. When they're performing this surgery, they're working, the cochlea is right behind the eye. And so they're working between two nerves. And one of them is the nerve that's responsible for your taste buds, the sense of taste on your tongue. And the other is the facial nerve. And so before surgery, the doctor had mentioned that I may end up with some bruising around the eye area and around the lip area because they attach some type of a sensor to those 2 points. I never got to see it because I was already out cold. And thankfully, I never got any bruising. Thankfully, I never got any swelling. And that's why I said it's really important to do your research and find a really great surgeon, someone who knows what he's doing and has been doing it for a very long time. Because I've seen lots of other pictures from people who've had the procedure done, and it's going to be different. It also depends on the individual, and whether you bruise easily or swell up easily. But I think that having a really, really good surgeon is key. So yeah, they work between the two nerves that are responsible for those things. And so, with the spacing being very, 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 very tight, there's a chance that if something were to happen during surgery, you could potentially damage one of those two nerves. And so those sensors are put in place to guide the doctor as he's working in that area, the area of the brain and cochlea, so that they don't damage those two nerves. And so over time, I'll get that sense of feeling back on my tongue. Right now, I have no loss of taste. I've tried it. I've tested it all the little corners of my tongue, and I can taste. It's just a light kind of feeling where my tongue feels a little raw or a little numbish. What else? Let's see. Activation. My ear will finally get turned on October 29th. I've made that appointment already with the audiologist at the New York Eye and Ear Cochlear Center. And I'm really excited to get that going. It's going to be basically a 2-hour visit with the audiologist. She's going to get me fitted with my sound processors. I did get the Cochlear Nucleus 6, so I'm really excited about that and getting that turned on and get my brain working. It is going to be a process. I'm really looking forward to that part of the journey. We're almost there. I'm really looking forward to getting back to normal. Really, I'm really looking forward to getting back to normal. I will be recording the activation. I've gotten requests from many of you who want to see that. You guys have been amazing. Thank you to all of you who've sent your love and your support and checking in on me almost daily, several times a day, to make sure that I'm doing okay and see how I'm holding up. Thank you so much for just being there. You guys have really helped me get through this. Thank you for the beautiful cards that I've received in the mail. You guys are just truly amazing. I'm truly blessed. My friends, my family, all of you guys. I don't know how I would have been able to pull this off without the love and support of you guys. John has been amazing at helping me get through this. He's been helping me do the things that I have not been able to do for myself. The doctor had me on restrictions. I could not bend. I could not lift anything above 5 pounds. Other restrictions: no driving, avoiding excessive loud noises. So, John has been amazing, just amazing. And I thank him for that every day. The restrictions have been lifted. There are still restrictions for heavy lifting. They just want me to be very, very careful that I don't, overdo it. And they just want me to be careful around the area of the ear, not to get banged up, in that area or to hit it or anything like that. Um, Yesterday is actually the first time I got to wear a pullover t-shirt or shirt. I've been very, very, very careful about that over the last few days. I've been wearing button-up shirts because I don't want to get my ear caught in anything as I'm taking off or putting on something. I don't want to accidentally tear anything. We'll put it that way. So I've just been very, very, very cautious. I'm no longer taking the Tylenol. I was taking it just at night the last 2 nights, but the pain has been pretty good, pretty manageable good. Every now and again, I do get some stabbing pains in the ear and some light throbbing on the incision. It seems to come and go throughout the day, so it's not too bad. The surgeon says that over time, again, that will get better. Again, it's still healing. Surgery was this Friday only makes 2 weeks, so it's still healing. I think that's about it. I've covered as much as I could remember at this point about surgery for all of you who may be thinking about surgery yourself or who may be getting ready for surgery for a cochlear implant. I hope, a lot of this stuff that I've shared over the last few vlog videos have helped you feel a little more comfortable about what to expect and what, cochlear implants and the whole procedure looks like. And if you have any questions, please, come look for me on Facebook. My link is in the description of this video. Send me a comment here. I'd be more than happy to answer as many questions as I can. Stay tuned for my activation video coming up next week. Some really exciting times. Tomorrow, I'm actually going back to work. This is my first day back to work in about 10 days. Excited about it. I'm hoping to just be able to take it easy. I haven't been out of the house for 8 to 10 hours at a time since surgery, but today was my first day out. And I was out for probably about 4 hours. I am, looking forward to getting back to work and getting busy and keeping my mind busy until activation. Just hoping to be able to, take it easy, take it slowly, one day at a time. Again, thank you to all of you. We'll see you next week. Thank you.